The Cartier Santos without a doubt is an icon of the watch world, but there seems to be a major problem associated with it. I have looked far and wide and there are hardly any alternatives to this stunner of a watch. You either have to settle for a piece that looks like a Cartier tank or one of these atrocities. But today the search is over as I present you this rare and quirky Seiko SGEE 13, or in other words, the Seiko Santos. In this video, I will provide a full review on this cool piece from Seiko and also compare it to the grandfather of all watches. Before we start, comment down below if you have any other interesting Cartier Santos alternatives that you would like to share. Let's first start off with the case, as this is arguably the main talking point. It has a perfectly sized 36mm wide square case, which is very similar to the Cartier Santos Medium's case size of 35mm. It doesn't share the same industrial look and screw design bezel that the Santos has, but the silhouette is still fairly similar. In fact, this Seiko actually looks more like the Santos Dumont, which is a more dressier piece. The Seiko feels great on the wrist, as the stainless steel quality is awesome for an affordable watch, and it's pretty slim as well, coming in at only 6mm. But there's a bit of a catch here, as the diameter is 36mm, but it wears quite a bit larger. For example, this Timex is a 41mm and in comparison actually looks smaller than the Seiko. This is because the square design makes the 36mm measurement go along the whole case instead of a circular one like this Timex. But with saying all of this, the Seiko Santos is a pretty nice case and has some good finishing as well. One could say that there are many square cased watches that compare to the Santos design, but what completes the Seiko to being the ultimate alternative is the dial. Without a doubt, there are some huge similarities here, with the main one being those iconic Roman numerals. Both models share the same warped Roman layout with also a very similar inner ring design. To be frankly honest, they both look pretty much identical, but there are still some key differences. The Santos has a square inner ring, whilst the Seiko opts for a circular shape, and the second, minute and hour hands are different as well, because the Seiko has just a basic grey and black construct, whilst the Santos has the infamous blue heated Cartier hands. Another cool thing about this Seiko is that the second hand actually lines up fairly well with the indices, because on most inexpensive quartz models, the alignment is always horrible. However, we can agree that the dial on the Seiko isn't a straight copy, as there are a few design cues that make it its own. One thing that does slightly bother me though is the bracelet situation. This mid-sized watch comes with a humongous 24mm lug width, which is unheard for a small watch like this. I would have much preferred something like a 20 or 22mm, but at the end of the day, it isn't the end of the world and is still wearable. The Seiko actually comes on a rather nice black alligator leather strap, however, and matches its dressy theme. But I bought this piece to be a more everyday wearer, so I am on the lookout for a stainless steel bracelet that would suit this particular piece for a more sporty feel. Comment down below if you have any suggestions what I should go for. Some of the more minor specifications are that this piece has a trusty Harlex crystal, which will do the job decently and is expected for an affordable Seiko like this one. It would have been amazing if this piece was in fact an automatic, but a 7N42 quartz movement does the job well and tailors this dressy Seiko nicely. Additionally, if you accidentally drop this one in water, it shouldn't be a big issue, as it has an okay 50 meters of water resistance. Now, in regards to buying this piece, it was an absolute hassle to find it, as I eventually found one on eBay, which took me ages to locate. It is definitely a very rare Seiko in today's market, but if you look far enough, you should be able to find one or something very similar from Seiko. This model, which is the SGEE 13, cost me around $200 brand new, which in my opinion is a great deal, as many other Cartier Seiko homages like the Sub 8080 go for around the same price. In my opinion, it is a much better deal than paying around $10,000 for a brand new Cartier Santos. Subscribe to this channel right now if you like the sort of content about finding hidden gems in the watch world. Also, check out these videos where I compare more awesome affordable alternatives to much more expensive luxury timepieces. Thanks for watching, and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you in another video.